Hey guys, so this is the third video of the portrait drawing series that I'm doing, and in the first two we were talking about just drawing the facial features, and in this video we're going to draw the full portrait. So the technique I want you to use is called continuous line. When you use continuous line, your charcoal or your pencil stays continuously on the paper, and you build up shapes by drawing and redrawing them. Okay, and so it's a very kind of fluid, organic way of drawing a portrait or drawing anything at all. So let me show you what it looks like. And also, you don't start with a heavy line, you start with a nice light line. So I'm going to use my phone as a mirror to look at my own face and draw it, and hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. So when you're drawing a head and neck and shoulders, you want to start with the largest shapes first. So the largest shapes are the head, the hair. I'm going to do the hair, a shape for the hair, a shape for the face. And notice how I'm keeping my line and I'm redrawing these shapes. As I'm looking at the shapes, I'm redrawing them, right? And then I've got a shape for the neck. And then I've got a line for the shoulder, where the shoulder goes. So that's my basic start, right? So I've just got basic shapes to show me where everything is going to go. And now I'm going to go through from top to bottom and refine my shapes. I've drawn the largest shapes. For the head, you're going to draw the whole head, a shape for the whole head, and then you're going to separate it out into hair and face. So my hair, here's the top. And the sides. Right, and so I've got hair and face. So here's my hair, and then here's my face. I still haven't started putting any features in. Right now I'm just getting the proportion of hair to face. Right, and after I've got that okay, then I can start doing proportions on the face. So now coming down here, I've got one eye. I'm just gonna draw a circle for like where the eye socket would be. And then the next eye, and the nose. Here's a cheek. Right, that skin below the nose, mouth, chin. And cheek. Right, and then I've got neck here. So now what I've got is not an exact contour or definition, but a general shape of where everything's going to be laid out on the face. This is really important to do because everything on the face is connected and it all has to be in proportion to each other. So you have to get the basic idea of the shape of the face first. That's the reason why we're going to make the lines continuous. So as you look and as you draw, you can see the relationships. I've got these shapes for the eye sockets, and now I'm going to get a little more detailed and start putting an eye in there. So here's an eyebrow. Here's the basic shape of the eye. and its distance from the eyebrow. And coming over here, I'll do it the next eye. Just the basic shape of it. And then coming down here for the nose, I can do like the central part of the nose, looking at where the eyes are, do the tip of the nose, and the nostrils. Right, and then I can go back down here and do that skin below the nose, leading down to the mouth. There's my upper lip, lower lip. I have a pretty good little distance between the lower lip and where the chin starts, right about here. Once I get down to the chin, maybe I'm starting to see the jaw, and I can connect the chin up to the jaw. I can see one of my ears, right? So there's always going to be a certain distance between the edges of the eyes and the edge of the head. So you have to look and measure that distance, right? From here to here, and then here to here. See how much of it you can see, right? And when you're drawing the ear, depending on the angle that you're looking, the earlobe, you want to look and see where the earlobe lines up horizontally with the nose, right? So when I look from this angle, my earlobe is going to be right about here. I always compare it with the nose because they're two vertical things right across from each other, so it's really easy to see. All right, and so now I have a little bit more of the face down. Maybe I can come and get a little bit more detailed with the hair. The hair is just a series of marks, adding a lot of movement. Look and see which way the hair you're drawing is curving. Make it a mark-making drawing and a value drawing. I like drawing hair a lot better with a stick of charcoal than a charcoal pencil, but this is what I've got. A lot of times there's more darker shadows right around the edge of the face because that's where the hair is covering over. Don't try to be exact when drawing the hair. Give yourself a break and just approximate the movement and the shape that the hair is doing. Hair can be really imprecise, and it doesn't have to be perfect to look good and look like hair. You just have to overlap your marks a lot to create that texture. And if you overlap drawn marks with erased marks, That's another way to create texture of hair. Okay, and from here, you know, I can go back in, and now I've got just my basic like almond shapes for eyes. So I can add in the, I can go ahead and get a little bit more detailed and add in the actual contour shape. The iris, the shape of the iris versus the shapes of the whites of the eyes. The value in the iris and the pupil. Right, and now the other eye, and so on. Whenever you're drawing, I recommend drawing lightly first. Always remember that rule until you know that you've got it the right size and the right shape. And then you can darken things up. But it's harder to change things that you've drawn once they're dark. So start light first, and then look at it, and then if you decide it's the way you like it to be, then darken it up. All right, so I'm going to stop there and say this is one way that you can start your drawing that I recommend. So keeping your line continuous, drawing the whole shape first that you see both hair and face, and then separating it out to just shapes for the hair, and then shapes for the face, right? And the shape for the neck and shoulders and what you have. And then when you get to the face, you're gonna break that down into smaller shapes too, still with the continuous line. So you're gonna be like eye socket, and then space between eyes, and then eye socket, right? And then nose, cheeks, and then all the other going down to all the other shapes of the face, right? And then from there, once you have all the parts of the face that are drawn in the proportion that you like, then you are going to turn it into a value drawing and adding a lot more mark making for hair, erasure marks, charcoal marks, or pencil marks if you're doing pencil, right? And finishing the drawing as far